Appropriate use of emails at work. Unlike a phone call, an email is impersonal, does not convey tone, and can be both saved and forwarded onto others. It is also immediate. It is therefore important for our business to ensure we are acting appropriately through our use of the company email. Think carefully about whether your email time is affecting your productivity at work. Think carefully about what you are putting in an email. Think carefully about whether what you have said is useful, and think carefully about whether you are okay with what you have said being around forever and maybe being sent on to others, both inside and outside of the company. Emails are always coming in. Sometimes it seems a bit overwhelming when they are constantly there and constantly needing a response. It can quickly get in the way of your real job and make us less productive. Emails are a great way to communicate, but we must remember that reading and sending emails is not why our skills are there for the company. So, for the first thing we should do is to set a schedule for when we are going to read and respond to incoming messages. Tell the people you work with what your schedule is. It can be a set time every day or a couple of set times a day. Then stick to your schedule and make sure you check them when you have told everyone you would do so. As part of this, make sure you turn off the noise the computer will make when a new message arrives. This will make sure you are not distracted and you will be able to do your job. When you're deciding to provide a response to your supervisor or coworker, stop. Think about whether the email is the most effective way to respond, or does a response even need to be given? For example, responding to say thank you or to let them know you have received the email is not the most effective way to use your time. As well, could your response be better given in person or by phone? Sometimes it is quicker and more efficient to talk directly to the other individual. When it comes time to draft an email, think carefully about what you are putting in it. Don't just sit down and start typing. Have a plan for each email you send out. The experts talk about a professional email having three distinct parts. 1. A compelling subject line. 2. Organization of the body for readability and tone. And number 3. An effective closing. The textbook suggests the compelling subject line should be direct, have a verb, and direct the reader's attention immediately. So instead of the subject line being meeting, perhaps something like meeting October 31st cancelled. Organization of the actual email should allow the reader to understand exactly what it is you are trying to convey. Spend some time thinking about what you want to say and then put it in an organized way in the email. Finally, close effectively by stating what you want to have happen as a result of the email. Email is great for short messages that need an immediate response. If you are sending to more than one person or if you need to save the conversation, the first step is therefore always ask yourself is whether an email works for this setting or is there a better way to do it. For example, should it be by the way of memo or a direct conversation? Email is also great when dealing with a number of people. It is a fast, efficient way to make sure the same message gets out to everyone involved. Often when a message is passed by way of spoken words, it gets changed or misunderstood. Emails are also a great filing system. They are saved easily, they can be put in different folders so they can be retrieved quickly. They remain the exact same form and wording as when they were originally sent. Of course, the downside to this is that because emails last forever, your words live on forever. Even when emails are deleted, they remain on your computer and can be retrieved days, months, or even years later. So do not be flippant in your email. Carefully consider what you say because words matter. In some case, that deleted email or that inappropriate email can become evidence in a court case years later. Inappropriate words can hurt people because emotion is not part of an email. Words cannot be misunderstood. So think carefully about what you are saying. Do you want this to come back at you years later? Do you want others to know what you're saying? On that point, an email can be forwarded to others without the sender knowing this is happening. You should only forward an email to another if you have the permission of the person who wrote the email. With that permission, make sure you do not send it any further. This is mostly about respect, but is also about making sure you do not expose your coworkers to having their words spread throughout the company. But even in this rule, always remember that your email can be sent on. You will not know, others may be reading your words, but about another coworker, a company secret, a new company product. Do not write it if you don't want people to be seen. Another part to this is whether blind copies of the email should be sent. This is the BCC function in our company. Blind copies should not be sent to another without all recipients knowing. People should know what they are communicating only with you. A good rule of thumb is, would you say this over the phone or in person? If the answer is no, do not put it in an email, because no matter what you do to delete the inappropriate email, it will always find its way back to the surface. Inappropriate An interesting fact, it is an estimate that a quarter of bosses terminate employees over email violation. Some people will write an email like that they are writing to their buddies through text message. Don't be tempted to do that.